Did you change your shirt again? Wow.
Alas, Squatch.
I've been wearing this the whole time.
If I can doubt it.
You can never have too many clean changes a day.
Okay.
Is that a Depends commercial?
No, I'm talking about clean t-shirts.
Can never have too many clean changes.
And that's what I always say when I change my diaper myself.
When I got diabetes.
Oof.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy. What a bunch of trash.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards. We're back on Zoom this week. So joining me, we've got Joseph Graham. Joey, how are you?
Good. Good to be here. Good to be not in a hot tub. That's a lie. I miss the tub.
Yeah. Tub
We all
life.
miss
Miss being
the tub.
wrinkly. Miss touching toes. One can dream that we'll get back there one day.
I miss when it was fairly late into the evening and all of a sudden a hand just gently caressed mine and without realizing it. And that was the hand of JD Karpicki, who is also here this week. JD,
Oh, yes.
how are you?
I hope my hand is gently caressing all of your ears out there, whoever's listening to this podcast at home. That's what I hope.
Okay.
It's my own segue into my own story. Yeah, the tub was dangerous. I miss all these mics hanging above me, and my favorite part of that night was when Adam had to get a beer that was not our sponsor out of the tub, so he set down his mic on the water, which appeared to be a flat surface, of course. To move, and he said, "Can we get this beer out of here and give me a Southern Star?" And then, yeah, he did not die, as you can see.
How many beers deep would you say you were in for the evening at that point? I don't think it was enough to legitimize.
Oh, it was not enough to make that decision.
It was a sober mistake for sure.
It was,
just
yes.
I would put you at like 3 beers, maybe.
Yeah. If
4 Miller Lights, maybe a couple light beers in there.
Yeah, if that. And I was gassed up, so that kind of offsets.
Right, you had a NOS, and that you probably had 3 beers over the course of 3 hours.
Yeah, I had not had that much to drink at that point.
Yeah, he was
I
nowhere
was
near
just-
as coked up as Joey.
No.
Right.
Okay, this is your new narrative. that we're going
Talk.
for.
Yeah, he's in
That I
denial,
am
as you can
I'm a
see.
big cocaine person. Great. You know, I'm looking for a job right now.
Well, I wouldn't link them to the podcast.
No,
Okay, so for the record,
It's
I'm
on my
just trying
resume, guys. So we need to
trying to
clean it
gaslight
up.
Joey into thinking he did coke. It's just an experiment.
I didn't black out or anything.
Well, keep your voice down, man. It's okay. We're all friends
I'm
here.
gonna gaslight you right back, but I'll come up with a good way to do it instead of this way.
Ooh.
We're gonna have a gas light off.
Yeah.
I come over to your house and just light you on with gasoline.
Believe it.
How's this for gaslight?
Gaslighting now, bitch.
Wow.
I'm like, sorry, he's gonna look like shit for the wedding.
Philip as a burn victim.
It was part of a prank war. You get it.
We're 40. It's fine.
Yeah.
Also joining us this week, Apocalypse Howl. Apocalypse?
Howdy.
Toot toot.
Howdy.
All
Toot,
aboard.
All
toot,
aboard. Toot.
Toot toot.
Justin Petty is out on assignment this week with a
Fixing his
broken
camera
webcam.
assignment.
Ooh, shit.
Tonight we watched 1983's Italian flick, The New Barbarians, also known as Warriors of the Wasteland. The Italian title is I Nuovi Barbari, in case you wanted to know. This is directed by Enzo G. Castellari, also written by Enzo G. Castellari, and starring-ish Fred WIlliamson.
He does it again, folks.
He does it again.
Comes into a movie, completely takes it over as the coolest guy and kind of becomes the character you root for more than.
Even if you don't know why he's there.
Yeah,
he does have that
there's no
habit.
glue to this movie. It's just like, oh yeah, Fred WIlliamson is here. They're him and the other guy who's supposedly the lead of the movie. Or friends, you get it.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
They help each other. They're not
They've got a
really
long
friends.
distance.
Are they friends, or is Fred just like, I think I'll save this guy?
Yeah,
Sort of like that.
They're
That's their
endearing
dynamic.
towards each other in a
it's
rival sort of way.
They're like frenemies, I guess. Like like rival, kind of like friendly
rival
rivals.
badasses of the wasteland that kind of help each other out because they're like generally against the Templars, which are a group of, I guess, pro-nuclear Holocaust people who are like, the bombs didn't get the job done, so we gotta finish the rest of humanity off.
They're two mercenaries, which you could totally expound upon that and make it a deep dive into the rival mercenaries that they are. And
Yeah, you
what
could
they're
get into-
mercenaries for.
You can
in
get
the
into things like what do they
post-apocalyptic
want
wasteland.
because they didn't talk about that.
No, yeah, there's
Like
no,
basic character.
You really could do a
Templars
sequel
want
to this movie.
to kill everyone on Earth, I guess, presumably themselves included, and listen to podcasts and do their hair real good.
Christmas podcast.
And wear white. Yeah, drive cool
See
cars.
through.
I mean,
see through.
I get
simple.
that.
yeah.
Like, I understand their wants. I can identify with that.
I don't know anybody else's wants.
I don't know anybody else. Maybe survival, but even
Christians.
That's like
I mean, they
questionable.
want to. Yeah, they wanted to
Well, because
live.
there's like so many Templars, which are basically just the screwball assholes from Spaceballs. And then, and then there's like this religious cult, and they're like, who? I guess they believe in this thing called God. And so like,
They're
what
not
are
a
they
religious cult.
from? Or not a cult, but they're like a
They're
religious
just
something.
a church. They're just like this, like
If you're that small, are you considered a cult?
It just seems like they're from like I don't know what they want or what they're doing, or they're just surviving, or
I think they're just
being
surviving.
mercenaries, and yeah.
I think the idea was that they're just innocent people doing no harm.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
the
here
idea.
comes the Templars.
I
There's a lot
think
of
the
harm.
idea is that Enzo Castellari saw Mad Max a couple times and was like, "Let's do that."
Yeah. Let's build
And-
some cars. Yeah.
A cult, defined, is a relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. So it's really the
Or
outsiders who
sinister?
define it.
Yeah. I wouldn't call this a cult then. I wouldn't call it sinister. I think they're just
Well,
I would call the Templars a cult.
well yeah, I mean the
Templars
other
is a
ones,
cult.
the
well,
the man
whose
with the black
definition
hat.
are we
I-
using?
well, the Templar, they're a gang.
right,
yeah,
military.
But yeah, they're definitely
a
more of
corporate
cult.
gang.
This is just
So it's
like
RoboCop.
a church.
That guy in the beginning looked like Red Foreman for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just putting it in the context of the movie where seemingly, we're introduced to basically three types of people. You're either Christian, a Templar, or a mercenary guy.
Other.
Right? So who's the other in this scenario? I guess the most people we see as one thing are Christians, so that would make them the mainstream within what we see in the film. I don't think there were more Templars than Christian people in the caravans.
I don't think so.
So yeah, by that kind of logic, perhaps the Templars are the cultish gang, but they're not really
Yeah.
aligned in any sort of way, except for everyone should be exterminated, which,
Again, I feel like there should be a sequel to this because the Templar grew out of Catholicism, only
Like
to
a prequel.
only to be found as rivals of Catholicism. So I think that could be the backstory for the Templars in this film. Maybe they came from that church. Maybe their group originated from that church. Maybe they were the hierarchy and they, where there was some corruption and they got, chiseled out. And
Yeah, what happens in
now they're back
2020?
for vengeance. Yeah.
Well, before we go too much further, let's try to back it up a little bit because I'm sure people are lost. So this movie is like a post-apocalyptic Mad Max type thing. Joey wrote out the sequence of events of this movie, and let's go ahead and read that, starting with JD.
So in 2019, a nuclear holocaust takes place and leaves a bunch of white Christians destitute in little tribes in the wastelands of the apocalypse. But there are also super cool military badass types in white who kill all the whites and destroy their Bibles. Then Anthony Bourdain in a cool car shows up in the wastelands. Then he meets Bob from the house by the cemetery, who knows how to drive.
No.
It actually is Bob from the house by the cemetery.
Yeah,
It's for the
Yeah, it's a
viewers.
little blonde kid.
Yeah.
Bob from the house by the cemetery. Yeah.
The psychedelic stormtroopers known as the Templar continue terrorizing and destroying religious texts and people, but they really want to kill Scorpion, aka Anthony Bourdain. So they have a big showdown with him. After he bangs a random brat, Fred Williamson shows up and has a bow and arrow and blows the shit out of some Templars because the bow and arrows have different explosives, which are the same. Turns out the Templars want everyone on Earth to die. Anyways, Fred and Anthony Bourdain and his new girl escape to find the Christians, who didn't want to kill them, so they chill for a while.
Then Fred bangs a hot girl, and Anthony Bourdain decides to leave for some reason. The Templars find him immediately, and then tie him up and butt rape him.
That's true.
Then they drag him through a field. But then Fred shows up again and blows away some more Templars and saves Anthony Bourdain. Again. Anyway, the Templars follow them back to the Christian camp and kill a few more people and take a few people hostage. And so Anthony Bourdain and Fred bond together with Bob to take on the Templar once and for all, for a third time. I guess.
Save the Christian hostages who keep jumping in front of bullets to save each other. Then I guess they save in the end.
You can't say Templar once and for all for a third time.
That's what's
That's
funny
the
about
joke.
it.
That's the joke.
Because they keep doing it, but it's like, let's get them this time, and then it's like, okay, we do it again. But no, and so Anthony Bourdain and Fred bond together with Bob, the little blonde child, to take on the Templar once and for all for a third time to save the Christian hostages who keep running. Nah, fuck it. Adam did it better.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what happened. No
So what
plot
is
to
this movie
speak
called?
of. The New Barbarians, or Warriors of the Wasteland.
Okay, I mean, at least the title kind of makes sense. The Templars are the new barbarians, I guess.
Yes.
How can you be a Templar with no temple?
Who said they didn't have one? Maybe.
Maybe
Well,
it's somewhere.
They didn't show it.
I don't think there's a ton of thought.
Are the barbarians not Scorpion and Fred Williamson?
That's
They
what
do have.
I don't know.
They do have the place where they go with all the plastic and the
Right.
stockades to rape people. Maybe that's their temple.
Yeah,
Like
the
a
Temple of Rape.
temple. That was a little strange.
yeah,
safe to say.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely
The
was
weird
odd.
plastic ritualistic butt rape thing was weird. Yeah.
There was like a pulley system, and it didn't look. Nothing looked good about it, obviously, but it did. Yeah.
The movie itself has a cool look. I thought production design is fun. There's a bubble car with a green light. A tent, a bubble tent.
Yeah, that they fuck in.
There's a bubble body armor. There's
Don't forget the very beginning, the bubble boob body armor.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
bubble boob armor that never
over a
revealed itself
skeleton.
again in any sort of way. And I was like, surely
Yeah.
a woman will be wearing this bubble boob costume.
Never
But
got
no.
to see it.
Nope.
Just
What other kind of
Scorpion.
bubble stuff?
There were a lot of bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not on the beach.
White
are we?
stuff.
No, we're just talking about bubble stuff.
And no bubble bath. I'm really upset about
No.
that.
I don't think
they
any of them
should've-
took a bath.
Ugh. They definitely took showers to get the body of their hair to be popping.
Oh
like-
yeah.
Well, that woman had like a 5 o'clock shadow because of the. soot on
Knowing
her
how
face or whatever.
popular the bubble bath is,
To whom?
to the bath. Like the bath is one thing, but bubble baths are also very popular.
Oh, I thought you were saying bubble bath.
How
Was
come
popular
nobody
to the bath.
ever invented the bubble shower?
I can think of one reason.
You can't get that at Walmart.
It's probably not a good reason.
I mean,
What?
What are the
bubble shower.
You're really not getting the experience of the suds if they're just like on the floor, presumably.
Well, they're in the
I think
air.
it has to be an attachment to the shower head that has soap in it that would shoot, that wouldn't interfere with your water supply, but it would shoot out bubbles, right? Wait, no,
Oh, you
that
want
has
like
to
a
be
full
air.
shower of bubbles?
But like the thing of the bubble
Bubble
bath
shower.
is that you're in the like the bubbles are surrounding you. They're not just in the space with you.
So, okay, time out. What you're saying, attach some kind of device onto the shower head to make it spray bubbles to where you're
Soapy.
in like a bubble, what do you call those? A foam party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've been to one foam party, I will say.
How was it?
Wet. Very wet. I didn't realize that you need to wear a bathing suit to these. I had
What'd
no
you
idea.
wear?
Just regular clothes. Probably had jeans and like a button-down shirt. And I was like, someone invited me really late, and I was like, yeah, I've never been to one. Why not? Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I could see where you're coming from with this, at least a little bit. Like if there was
Could be a hot item.
like a mechanism to turn your shower into a small foam party.
Yeah.
I could see that being popular amongst the very wealthy college students with huge showers.
I mean, it would have to be a separate shower, not like a shower tub combo, right?
Oh, for sure.
Well,
I'm imagining a big
Yeah.
stone
Yeah.
double-sided shower where
Yeah.
you are perfectly comfortable fucking
Jeez.
multiple women in because you're rich and you're like 6'5"
Fucking
and your
rich.
dad's like a billionaire.
Oh wow, 6'5".
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really specific fantasy of yours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It can
I
be
mean, it's
pulled
not
off.
my fantasy.
It's just the guy that I imagine killing every night.
It's that guy from that the fireworks video that you sent that clearly is either dead or eyeless.
Yeah, Justin
yeah.
put that in here.
Oh god.
Did you see that
No.
apocalypse?
Oh my god. This dude
Yeah.
put like a mortar shell in a traffic cone
Oh
and
yeah.
held it like a bazooka, and then it just exploded next to his face.
Yeah, one shot out, but then the rest of it exploded.
He must have put a bunch
Yeah.
of them in there and thought it would be like a
Roman
cool.
candle or something.
What do they
yeah,
say?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. All of them lit on fire and exploded and clearly blew his eyes off.
Yeah.
He's not able to watch his own video, basically.
That guy's not seeing again. I don't know if he has hands, to be honest.
Probably wasn't going to hear ever again either.
Wow.
Like,
No.
He might be dead. I would want to be dead. If that
Well,
happened to me.
what do they say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
yeah.
Right. So that could also happen with this foam party shower attachment. So
What?
Yeah, back to business.
I don't know how, but somebody will probably figure it out when you invent this.
Yeah,
I
Justin,
bet-
cut this. This is a really good invention. We're just gonna
Yeah.
cut this.
Like a thing that attaches your shower head and turns it into I mean, it makes sense.
TM.
It could be an expensive shower, like you're saying, or it could be like a $10 attachment at Walmart that you
That's
just
kind of what I'm saying.
put on a hose.
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
you just
It doesn't
In
have
fact,
to be expensive.
I feel like
Yeah, it's going to be an Instagram ad.
if you buy one,
yeah, it's that kind of thing.
put
you
some
get
Dawn
the second
on it.
one free.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that kind of, like we make them real cheap and we're trying to sell them all, baby.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna figure out how to kill themselves with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't want to be a part of that. Yeah.
We just need to get these off the shelves and then shut down the business immediately.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
And then we
sell it.
gaslight. We go back to gaslighting.
And
Like,
then-
you killed yourself. We didn't.
Yeah. You signed the contract. It said it when you liked your Instagram post. That
Yeah.
is, if you like
Bubble
this
showers
Instagram
don't
post,
kill
If you
people.
like this Instagram post, you have consented.
Bubble showers.
Anyway,
Oh.
fun parties. It was a fun experience. But yeah, if you're
never
going to
did.
one, if you're like a 20-year-old listening to this for some fucking reason, and you go to one, definitely wear a swimsuit. Anyway, this movie.
This movie is
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
obviously not that riveting since we just spent the last 15 minutes talking about bubble showers and foam parties.
It's got Fred Williamson in it, though.
It has Fred Williamson in it. It has some interesting designs on the cars, and it has some interesting effects. There's some good explosions.
Oh yeah, there's some good body blow-ups, some headings.
Two beheadings.
At least I think there's like 3 or 4.
There might be.
Feels like more, but
Somebody
there
gets
might be
shot in the head and like from behind him it explodes and then you see the head fly off. All the body horror, but the body mutilation of this movie is really good. Yeah. One guy gets run over.
That's my favorite scene, when the guy gets thrown underneath the
when they're holding him down by the
rat tail.
Oh, the rat tail. Rat tail gonna get caught in the
Wait, he has a mohawk and a rat tail?
This guy was living in the fucking future.
Yeah.
I've got so much fucking hair, y'all. No, that's real.
Yes.
Yeah, rat tail guy.
I forgot about Rufio. Yeah.
Mohawk rat tail fella.
I never thought about Rufio as a guy who probably roofies people, but if you knew a guy in college or a friend or something that roofied people, Rufio was a pretty good nickname for him, wouldn't it be?
Why do you think they call them the Lost Boys? You know what I'm saying?
Is it like God?
Yeah, cut that. That's
Is it Rufio because it's a play on Romeo? And he can't like woo women, and so he just roofies them instead.
I don't know. Let's ask Steven Spielberg. Steven,
Steven, hit us up.
we got it.
Info at trashmoviekings@gmail.com.
So Steven
I don't even know our
Spielberg, if you're
email
listening, send us an email. Well, we won't do your.
It's a cease and desist. That's interesting.
Yeah. Was Rufio in Fablemans? No, they didn't mention Rufio.
I bet he was in Ready Player One. Honestly,
Oh, definitely.
somewhere in there.
Chucky was.
You mean the actor or Rufio, the character?
The character,
jumping
probably.
around. Yeah, okay, that's right. I forget. I watched that movie. I remember about nothing.
I watched it.
That's surprising because it's seemingly about video games.
Well, it's weird because the book was
Which
written
you
a
love.
long time ago.
I do, but I don't like to be
It was
pandered
a fun
to.
movie.
It was very pandering. Yeah. It was like, what movies do you watch? Oh, I watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh, yeah. Can you quote it? Yeah, I can quote it. Here's a quote from it. Cool. And then they go on to some other thing. It's like, it just seems very forced. But it was written a while ago. So I don't know.
Oh, the book?
Yeah, the book was written.
Are they
when that
making a
was
sequel?
cool.
I know the guy wrote a sequel.
I don't know. Is Spielberg going to direct it? It's going to be
I don't know.
produced by.
He seemed like he was having fun directing it, but it's not very good.
I like when Chucky shows up. That was really fun.
I thought it was good.
I'm glad everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
It's that kind of movie where
Such
it's
a
like,
dad thing to say. Yeah.
Good
Glad
job.
you enjoyed that.
Good job, kids. This 80-year-old man directed this. I don't know how old Spielberg is. He's probably not that old.
For those listening at home, do you understand how riveting this movie is? We've been talking about other.
We can't stay on topic, which is that Fred Williamson shows up with a cool glove, bones a chick, and kills people with bow and arrows, and then some other things happen.
There's a Home Alone style kid played by Lou Ferrigno. I don't know. He's just a weird. He has a real deep
You want
voice.
to talk about Bob?
That's Bob.
Bob? Yeah.
Yeah, so his
about
voice from House by the Cemetery is kind of famous amongst certain kind of very nerdy horror folk. So it's kind of interesting to hear his voice done by a different voiceover artist.
Yeah.
I don't know where this kid is actually from or anything. He certainly
Definitely
doesn't look
Austrian.
Italian.
He's Italian. His name
He
is
is
Giovanni.
Italian?
His name is Giovanni Frezza.
Okay, so he is
okay, well, he's
Italians looking like blonde people. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Sometimes they look like.
I'm
that.
sure he grew out of it. He's
Yeah.
black, greasy hair, slick bag. He looks real cool now. Probably has a motorbike. But no, that was an interesting contrast because he sounds like a little kid from Brooklyn sometimes, but then it also has like a baby laughing voice, the laugh of like a 4-year-old.
Oh, as Fred Williamson is throwing his exploding tips at him. Ooh, you want to see a red one or a blue one? So the blue ones are more powerful, maybe.
My laugh is a different voice than my speaking voice.
Let me waste these bullets. Oh, that is horrifying. Idiots. That was a really good part because those seemed really deadly until they were throwing them at kids.
According to his official MySpace page, he currently resides in Chicago and is a married father of 3 children.
Wait. He has a MySpace page, or this is from
This is from Wikipedia.
And why did you say currently in the same sentence as all that? That didn't sound right.
I'm just reading from Wikipedia. He does have a MySpace page. I'm looking at it right now.
You can have a MySpace, like have one, like
it barely loads, but he has it.
I think you can buy MySpace for like $4 million.
If you're just
you want to do it?
No.
Go in?
No.
You show up, it's just Trash Movie King podcast for $4 million.
Yeah.
We're like, well, we spent a lot of money. I don't know.
And we still have like 300 followers.
Every time you go to somebody's page, it just plays our show.
Yeah, Tom is in one of the squares, just like looking back. You know?
Yeah, he's one of our friends.
He's on the show. What's up?
I mean, Tom is instrumental to what we're doing here.
Tom's a good guy.
So back to the movie.
Bob's voice is interesting.
Yeah.
What were you saying about Fred Williamson? Oh yeah,
He was throwing
the
explosives.
The tips are fun. Laser beam. What do you call it? Not boomerang.
Arrows.
No. Slingshot.
Yeah.
Slingshot. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, the kid can do donuts and cars. He can fix cars. He can shoot. He's a sharpshooter with a slingshot. He's very talented for being like 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the look of this movie, and I think stuff that looks like this is very interesting. But this movie is boring.
Yes.
Somehow boring.
Yeah.
It has a lot of fun elements, just none of it adds up to anything interesting.
It's a futuristic Pinewood Derby, I think. It was
a very tame, an extremely tame El Topo meets Rollerblade 7.
Oh, did we even finish Rollerblade 7?
That might be one we turned off. Lord.
For the heads.
I think it rolled out. I vaguely remember it ending. It was just one of those movies we talked over so much. It was like, I don't know
that
what's
one was
going on
brutal.
here. Thanks, Justin, for your first suggestion.
It was brutal.
Anyway, this is fine. This is a JD pick. I want to blame him.
My friend Pierre recommended this, so
it's been on a list. I'm relatively sure. I think I remember having a conversation with Giles, who's been on the show, about maybe watching this, and he was like, I've seen it before, and he was like, kind of. I think he was saying it was good, but I could tell that he was lying.
Well, this is one that my friend had watched when he was a kid, and he was like, "This always seemed ridiculous to me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he thought it was very trashy, which is true, but it's like all the elements are there, but there's nothing behind it. There's nothing really driving it. Like it just feels very boring for how cool it could be, like how cool it looks.
It feels like a little bit of a kids movie.
It's not a
kids
Whitefire,
movie,
for sure.
Italian movie trash. Yeah, Whitefire's got a lot more interesting.
Yeah, there's not many that are in that Whitefire.
Fire. Still, Fred Williamson is sliding down sand dunes in this movie somehow, like always.
Favorite parts?
Yeah.
Let's
Favorite parts? Anybody?
Whenever he threw him under the car, and then they switched to a blatant body double.
I liked when Fred Williamson bangs that chick, and then the guy comes in to talk to him, and he's like, "Bye."
How do you do that, actually?
Bye. Right.
Oh, this guy looks like the main character from The Bear. That's what he's reminding me of.
Bye. Bye.
That's a beat for sure. Holy shit. Bye. Like that.
You get it, guy? I'm fucking after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find you like I always do, but not before you get molested.
Molested.
Just not a favorite part, but shout out to Leather Daddy Geraldo Rivera.
Whenever anything has to be fixed or repaired,
Sorry, can we talk about Leather
They come
Daddy
to me to
Geraldo
do it.
Rivera real quick?
that's why they call me
Fuck
the
is
Wiz.
this?
Why'd you throw the chair at Geraldo Rivera? Nice.
Huge.
I liked when the Templars ripped the Bible in half for no reason.
Oh, they had a book.
Is this the original Battlefield Earth? Like,
It's the Book of Eli.
yeah.
It's all in Braille. Oh, it is the Bible. Wow.
Okay, now it's really Italian.
Apocalypse.
That was weird.
It was called the Jerusalem Bible, right?
Yeah. It was like the New Jerusalem.
But it was like the Webster's Dictionary Jerusalem Bible.
And it was like brand new. Like the cover had not seen dirt before.
yeah.
It was
And they
like
ripped it in half like a phone book.
apocalyptic wasteland.
Oh yeah.
How they ripped it apart was just.
It was hilarious.
It was very good.
Everyone's hair is perfectly coiffed.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
A lot
got
of
lots
good
of
hair.
product.
Cars
Wasteland.
relatively clean, white, pristine. All their tools look fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the apocalypse seemed fine. Like, didn't seem like they were having any problems with crops or food or
Oh.
nobody's skin was melting off from the fallout. Just seemed pretty normal.
True.
Just laser.
It just
That one guy with straight hair and a pompadour was like, he was very stylish. In a, I don't remember. Just a lot of hair jokes in this movie. That's about it.
We were having some fun with some hairs. They do burn that guy's body at one point. That was
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
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 I think my favorite thing overall is just the Italian electronic disco kind of stuff. The music I thought was excellent, and I've mentioned a lot of music as like a Breen nomination. I think probably like 8 movies we've watched so far I thought had good music, but I think this one might be a little bit above most of those. This was really cool. It doesn't have anything with lyrics, which aids in the trashiness of stuff usually.
Yeah. New Barbarians isn't as catchy, probably.
It doesn't really have any lyric songs, I don't think. It's all just kind of fun, dumb, early techno.
With sound effects for the drills and stuff.
Yeah, the sound isn't. Maybe it's like a separate. Maybe it's not soundtrack. It's like sound design or something. I don't know.
There were some cool things at the end. Like there were that choir that came in when they started blowing them up at the very end. So there were some cool like dramatic parts. And also, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but when Fred Williamson is aiming, everyone he's aiming at is in a slower frame rate than he is. It's like or just in slow motion really, and he's in regular motion. So I don't know if that was
But
intentional.
also moving very slowly.
yeah, plenty of time.
Gotta
for him
get
to-
it right. He's not Hawkeye in the Marvel movies where he's like.
No.
He's like, I gotta think about this. I gotta make the run. Then we go. Okay, I'll wait for somebody to die first. Okay, cool. And now I'll let go.
Yeah,
Boom.
Yeah.
got to adjust my.
That was a
scope.
boom. That was a boom. That wasn't a bam. Let me put out a bam.
yeah, that one time that he's like a red one. No. This is a blue one, and it's the exact
Blue,
same shit.
Purple. They all blow up people, but with what extent? I don't know. He's great in this, but he's always great. So
Yeah.
I feel like the director didn't utilize him to his full potential.
he can't quite save the whole movie.
No,
There's
because he has
too
like
many,
6 lines.
too many other problems. It's just too like rinse and repeat. I think is what kind of people say, which was coincidentally my problem with Infinity Pool. Felt a little very rinse and repeaty to me. I was just like, okay, I get it. I'm just doing this again.
Yeah.
You guys will have to watch it. It's interesting. It's worth a watch.
Well, anything else that anybody wants to mention before we move on?
I was surprised that one of y'all's favorite parts wasn't the bubble shield reveal. Oh, ow.
Oh, was it a hey boy?
I finally saw Weird Al on the
I've got a bubble suit.
Why did he have to be nude under it?
Hooligans.
It's made to go on the skin. Materials flapping around.
I use the
more
same
freeing.
material as my car's bubble.
Same materials will catch on fire. You should understand. You don't live in 2019, okay?
Maybe that's
Oh, yeah.
But
We kind of talked about it, but yeah, that was a good part.
he's wearing a Clint Eastwood like whatever that is in Good, Bad, and the Ugly. He's wearing that, and he gets shot a couple times.
This is more of a full frock, I would say.
Rock. There you go. Yeah.
Maybe that's the right word. I don't know.
And then he's got those bubble biceps and bubble shoulders, and
It is a cool look, and he's perfectly shaved to like allow it all to pop in the appropriate ways.
Did they do this before Back to the Future did it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but still.
83, Back to the Future is 85, so yeah, probably.
Well, Back to the Future 3, then I guess, yeah.
Or is it 85?
That's the one, the third one.
I know the movie references 85, but maybe it came out in 84, 86? I don't know.
Write us at trashmoviekings@gmail.com.
85.
When did Back to the Future come out? Actually,
85, 89, and 90.
I don't have it here.
All right. Well, I guess with that, we can move on to
The bees.
Slick.
Yeah,
Keep it right there.
sounded real good.
right out the gate. We had a bunch. We had bikes, barrels. I wrote down bullets, laser, because all the guns they just looked like regular ass guns, but they were shooting lasers.
Yeah.
We had blood. We had blasts. Boogers. We haven't seen boogers in a
Booger
while.
Boys.
I will
to
say,
me-
boogers. This
Yeah,
counts.
the Templars were definitely boogers to me.
Yeah, I buy it.
Blaze, a Bible. We had one boob.
That's all you need. It's just one.
Boob,
Yeah.
single.
One boob. We had boots, go-go.
Yep.
We did have a blade, spinning. We had a butt,
And then
A man
Oh,
butt. Boy
God.
butt.
very unexpected, but
and
Problem.
then a butt rape.
Let's censor that for TikTok and all.
That's new. I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's a new one.
trope, but sure.
We had broads. And then debatable, we had a burning body. Not entirely sure.
I was pretty sure we had one at the beginning. He wasn't flailing, but they definitely lit him ablaze. Like,
Yeah, they lit a couple people on fire, but we didn't see your standard like a guy in a flame suit like
I'm on fire.
and then honorary first time in a long time we had an Ian.
oh yeah, shout out to Ian. Wherever
Little
you are.
nerdy guy. I think you missed Bones at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, Bones.
Oh, Bones.
Oh, Bones.
And Bondage
Bonded.
Yeah.
That.
with plastic.
I was distracted by the butt rape, so
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you can be. That makes sense.
Beheading you got, I think. Blast. Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
beheading, blasts.
We had blades, shoulder.
bikes. We had bikes.
Yeah, we had bikes.
At one point, Fred Williamson says, "Big bad quiz." And I
Yes,
thought
he
that was
does.
Yeah, that was one of my quotes. Was another victim of the Templar Big Bad Queers or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And we had a buy. That's all I got.
Hate and exterminate. That was a scene where you learned that the Templars' goal was to kill everybody and hate everyone.
We had a Bible.
Yep.
Yep, I'm glad that you were here for when we discussed all the beasts. Boob suits.
We had a boob suit.
Boob suit Ryan.
We had bubble shower concept.
We have to cut that though. We have to cut that.
Oh yeah, we were gonna make our second
Just
million.
let somebody else become a
After the
millionaire.
podcast makes our first million, the second million will be with the shower bubble bath, the shower
first
foam
million.
party, shower foam party.
The first million truly is the hardest.
What do I always say? People always talk about how the first million was the hardest, and then the second million was kind of easier. And I'm like, people always say,
People always say these things.
That old adage.
The third million a little bit easier than the one previous.
It gets a little, and what I've always been told is, why waste your time making all these millions when you could just make 1 billion?
Was this a joke from the hot tub?
Yes.
Hot tub?
Oh my god!
You could just make 1 billion.
1 billion. You skip all these millions, man.
Skip all these millions.
Wow.
That was so dumb, man. We were drunk. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4
that
million.
was-
Oh, I hope no one watches that episode.
It's a bitch to edit. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
if you made it through
I
last week's
assume.
3-hour episode, then,
Yeah, I don't know. We could just release this one on time and keep putting that one off until we have a bye week, until somebody's sick or something. And then I'll be like, Adam, you got to finish it now.
Well, in that case, then Apocalypse was exactly right that the episode is not out yet.
Good call.
All right, let's rate this and get out of here before 12:30 for once. Let's start with JD.
yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 2 bags of trash because it was boring.
Oof.
It just was not like. Even the trailer makes it look more fun. I did watch the trailer, which I usually don't. But yeah, when you see Fred Williamson and he's only got like 2 lines, it's just not the same. I need him to be like aggressive and like really command, because he still was the most exciting character, but that made every other character was super bland.
I feel like people did this a lot to him, where they just brought him on for like a few days and used his cool factor, and then he went home, and it was like, where are the movies where he like is the guy? I guess we need to find one.
Yeah.
But I bet it's bad, you know?
I
It's
bet,
like
well,
he
it's
comes in
probably-
with like this uber cool thing to make these movies better. But then if you put him in the main role, he was like not interesting.
Well, it feels
I
like
don't
an
know, maybe that's not
exploitation kind of thing, because it's like they always throw this like Caucasian like protagonist
absolutely.
who's super boring, like Ginty in the last one. What was it? In Whitefire, was it?
Yeah.
Like he's
Or
just
that
not,
trailer we watched, Blind Justice?
Rage.
Blind Rage.
Yeah, it's like they have like, well, we gotta have the main character white. Like, who's gonna go see this movie? You know, it's like that. That's the feeling I get. But it's because this guy was, oh my god, he was just like, he's like Mike Brady, but didn't talk very much. And like, snooze. 2 bags.
I guess he's in the original Inglourious Bastards.
Oh wow.
Well,
You mean the
Apocalypse.
one nobody watched?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. I give it a 2.9 because
You missed your decimals last week. Huh?
Yeah.
it was fun. I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic movie. A lot of them are slow. A lot of them are boring. A lot of them are drawn out. Car chase scenes. That's just the genre. And you know, I mean, like if you watch Dune and you're bored, you're like, this is boring. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of what they're going for. You know? they're not. It's not Fast and the Furious X. It's just
Nothing
not.
is.
Fast X.
No, nothing is. But
There are parallels between Fast 10 and this movie, though, where both of
what?
them have a young boy killing people on screen.
Okay, that's just one. You said perils.
Oh, there's
Yeah, no.
cars.
No damn.
Okay, that's 2. That counts.
There's a Dom in both of them, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh!
Hey.
There's a. I'm gonna lower it to a 2.7 because it's like it was pretty slow, But
Just
You lowered it to a
asinine.
2.7?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he lowered it 0.2 of a point.
basically,
Didn't you
what I'm trying
didn't you
to
rate the
say
last
here-
one pi or something? Somebody rated it
No, that
pi
wasn't
like an
me.
idiot.
Darren tried to rate it pi.
Basically, what I'm trying to say here in my rating is it's almost good trash. It's trash, but it's almost really good trash. 3 is like the bar, in my opinion, from now on.
Joey.
I was just looking up what I gave Dune, the new movie, which is a 3.5, which I think is
Oh, the
nice.
new Dune.
Yeah. Anyway, God, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking 2.5 most of the time. I couldn't really decide.
Make it a 2.3. It'll be easier on all of them.
What would average Apocalypse score out for?
2.3.
I mean, he gave it a 2.7, so
What would
I don't feel like it's that complicated of a score.
It's not if you have a calculator, of course.
which I do. I mean, it's fine.
Thankfully, no. I'll give it a 2. Yeah, 2.
All right.
It has some really good body blow-ups, though.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what
things.
that's kind of what the additional point is, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Because one is like this movie because it's bad, but then the stuff and the blowing up and the production design is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm gonna go 2.5 because of the music, actually.
Well, and the
extra.
acting wasn't that terrible.
And Fred WIlliamson's in there. You're right.
There were some good actors.
It's not great trash, but it is something to watch.
I'd recommend the Stargrove movie if you want to watch something similar to this. Like there's Booger
Stargrove?
Boys in that. Yeah, that's like a better.
Okay,
trash
yeah.
than
Never
this.
Too Young to Die.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
I don't. Yeah, I guess, sure. All right.
I mean, that's the
2.5.
one where we got boogers.
Yeah.
That's the movie that gave us boogers. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. It's kind of what you were saying at first, Joey. Like it's a 1, but the body explosions and Fred Williamson kind of give it that extra bag. But I can't give it anything higher than that. It's just the music is good, yeah, but I can't get over. I know I mentioned it a million times while we were watching it, but we haven't talked about it in the episode. I can't get over the pristine coach bus in the middle of the fucking wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
It's just-
wasteland is a joke for the most part. It's
And then the chrome spray painted station wagon at the end.
Yeah.
there's really
the windows,
no evidence that there has been any sort of nuclear.
No.
Nor explanation.
I think about there's an episode
or anything.
of Futurama where Fry goes even further into the future and it's the post-apocalypse and all this stuff. And it's this roving band of like toddlers that have taken over the world and everything. And he's kind of living with them for a while. And then it turns out that none of it is true. He just like basically went a couple miles outside of LA. And so he never traveled in time or anything like that. And that's what this feels like, is that at any moment you could just reveal that, oh no, these are just some fucking wackos that live in the desert. The rest of the world is perfectly fine.
Like a Planet of the Apes kind of big twist
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, but more comedic, you know?
Yeah,
like,
like
oh,
definitely a joke.
Is that a Carl's Jr. over there? Oh, we're
like
just like right outside of
What
town.
is it?
Like The
More
Village, I
modern
guess.
movie. Yeah,
Like The Village, I
Yeah.
The
guess.
Village was fun.
where it becomes sort of a joke.
Yeah. And that's kind of what this felt like. Like you said, there's no evidence. The vegetation is fine. The sky is fine. Like
Yeah.
everything's fine, except the Templars are butt fucking people.
That is weird.
You just realize I look like I'm looking at the robot in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
This lighting setup.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. Or not the robot, though, like
The
animated
That
Anna
titty lady.
Darmus.
hologram. Yeah.
You're looking at Ana de Armas. Joy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm always looking at
Joy. I'm always looking at it. I've got it printed on my phone and I don't need a background.
You're just looking at some JOI right now.
Jerk off instructional videos, huh?
Yep. That's how her name is spelled.
God, that movie's great.
I'm
Yes, it
making
is.
just making some AI art with different celebrities that I like. You can buy them on the app if you want to.
Thank you for joining my Twitch stream.
Talk about
Where I
Ana de
draw, I
Armas.
Photoshop Ana de Armas' head on naked bodies.
That's your live Twitch stream. I'm sure that would
That's
garner
the
an audience.
beginning of a really interesting movie that I want to watch. That's directed by apparently the Coen brothers. That's good at directing. I don't know which one it is now. I like that they've split and we can see the differences of their.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that looks like a lot of fun and the one that looks like boring as fuck. I hope it continues down a hole.
It's like when Outcast split up. It's not the same.
God. I think I had a dream about going to an Outcast show the other day. And I was like really considering selling my ticket because it was worth like $10,000.
Oh, yeah. Shit, yeah, I saw that.
That was like my dream. Was like, got this ticket.
10 grand goes a long way.
Man, I could really use it.
Stankonia.
Man, I could just drink a lot and listen to Outkast, and it's like the same thing.
It's kind of the same.
So I got a 6-pack of Fracker and $10,000 in my pocket.
A 5-pack of Fracker.
A 5-pack.
With 6 Frackers, you're at the concert.
6 Frackers is where you lose your
6
memory.
frackers, yeah, no, like 7 frackers, and I'm inside the concert by force.
Front row seat. You sell your ticket and you barge into this concert at the same time.
I go to the door and after I get my $10,000, I spend $8,000 paying off the
Bribing.
front door guy.
You know what I call that?
A profit.
Net gain.
Yeah, baby.
What are you talking about?
We're
movie,
talking
not
about an
the movie.
average of 2.3 bags of trash from the Trash Movie Kings for the New Barbarians, 1983.
2.3 is what this movie is.
Yeah.
2.3. Good job, us.
Toot.
Exactamundo.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are not already, go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff. Give us 5 stars. Shoot us an email, trashmoviekings@gmail.com. I've been Adam Edwards. He has been Joey Graham. He has been JD Karpicki. He has been Apocalypse Howell. Thank you to Southern Star Brewing Company for now.
In the Woods. I think it's a decent beer. Everyone else hates it. I'm the only fan.
It's
I haven't
growing
tried
on
it
us.
yet.
I don't like it, but I do think they have one of the best blonde ales.
The Bombshell
Drinking that
Blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
Bombshell blonde. Yeah. Strawberry one's pretty good.
Anyway, thank you all for watching and listening. We will see you next time.